guys? Welcome back to my channel, The Unpopular Party, hosted by me, Malik Taylor. And today, we are back with another Hot Topics episode because it's so much stuff going on in celebrity culture. More revelation from Cassie taking a stand in DIDDY trial. Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez and her web of lies is being exposed. Skai Jackson is getting a restraining order, and Tyler is hosting the Kids' Choice Awards. We got so much to talk about, but before we do that, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys send my way. We are so close to that 100K. Remember, pretty girls love Malik Taylor. I don't make the rules. All my party girls got face card, brutal face cards. So if you got a brutal face card, make sure you subscribe because pretty girls love Malik Taylor. But without further ado, let's get started into the hot topics. How you doing? I do want to start this off by talking about Cassie has recently took the stand, and it's been a lot of revelations coming out. Not only has she been talking about the freak off, the abuse, the things that she suffered. I mean, the girl has stated that freak offs will last up to 4 days. She would have some intense UTIs, and also on top of that, she would have multiple mouth sores in her mouth. Diddy would want her to kiss the men. She didn't want to kiss the men because she felt like that was too intimate, but Diddy was like, no, do it. But now they have finally cross-examined Cassie, and I feel like I know exactly what the team is trying to do. So it's been revealed that she has some previous texts to Diddy saying that she enjoys the freak off. She loves the freak off. Freak off was something that she enjoyed doing with her man because it made her feel special. And also what I feel like was a shocking headline was the fact that it was revealed that Cassie did cheat on her husband. I don't know if he was her husband. I think he was the boyfriend at the time, but she did cheat on him with Diddy. The reason why that is shocking allegations because she stated that she was raped by Diddy. But after the incident of rape took place, she went back and did have consensual sex with him. They're saying while Cassie was with Alex, she texted Diddy saying, "I'm lost without you." It says in the article by Yahoo Entertainment, Cassie testified the last time she had intercourse with Diddy was September 27, 2018, after Cassie alleged Diddy raped her following a breakup dinner. And the next day, she told him she had a great time with him. A couple weeks later, in October 2018, Diddy told Cassie he was going to fall back, but she could call him when she needed. Cassie responded in part, "I'm lost without you." Now, mind you, Cassie and Alex got married in September 2019, but they say Cassie and Diddy was still sending each other messages. Now, who is Alex Fine? Alex Fine used to be the personal trainer for Diddy and Cassie, just to paint a picture. So he knows everything that used to go on. Also, other messages, Diddy tell Cassie she's his ride or die, and the greatest woman in the world. Cassie replied to Diddy that the messages blew my mind a bit, and she told her, "I don't hate you, I never have." Cassie also told Diddy in a separate exchange, "I wouldn't be at the beautiful point in my life if it hadn't been for you." And in one message, Diddy asked Cassie if she wanted to have a freak off for the last time. Cassie replied that she wanted to have a freak off for the first time for the rest of our lives. Now back to the information about her cheating on Alex. Yeah, that is true. Alex was calling her on FaceTime actually, and she declined to call because this was during 2018 September. Diddy had came over there hanging out and then they had sex. They had consensual sex. And I believe Cassie said that he was upset, he punched the wall as any man would be, you know. Here's my thoughts. I know exactly what the defense is trying to do. They're trying to make it seem like this was something consensual. Cassie is not a victim and this is something that she wanted to do. I feel like everything that they're saying, this is not nothing new. I mean, Alex, he knows what's going on. He still married her. He even put up a statement saying that I did not save her. She's still a strong woman that decided to come forward. I still feel like at the end of the day, we're having a situation where you got a girl who was 19 in a power struggle command with a man who was 40 years old. Cassie was what, 19, 20, 21? She was a young girl. She was a young girl when she got with Diddy. So me and my friend was having a conversation about this. A lot of times abusers don't know that they're abused. You don't know because your world is so wrapped up around what you thought you knew. Diddy got with this young and impressionable girl and freaked her out, turned her out. Let's call it what it is. And she might have enjoyed the lifestyle at some point. She might have noticed that she got some perks out of it. But, this is the big but, eventually you get older and you get to an age where you be like, I don't think I want this anymore. Or I don't think I want this lifestyle anymore. Or you start to put things into paper. It's something about when you turn that 25 to 27 age, you start just thinking and you just like, no, like this is not right. I don't want, and it probably just turned her off. It probably just gave her the ick and she probably wanted no parts in this. I don't think none of what they just stated proves Diddy's innocence. I think he's still a guilty man. Matter of fact, Diddy is a diabolical man. The man was a demon. Here's the thing. Did you know that book that Cassie sent Diddy when she was writing out her thoughts and she ended up making it to a whole book? The book that she entitled was like The Dark Times, and at the BET Awards, he was like, I want to thank Cassie for the dark times.
But today we learned that the book that she wanted to offer the rights to Sean Combs for $30 million, she called it The Dark Times. For anyone who's been following this story, many of us know that in 2022, Sean Combs at the BET Awards literally shouted out Cassie and said, "Thank you for holding me down during The dark times.
Keep it 100 with y'all. I was in a dark place for a few years, you know what I'm saying? And I have to give a special shout out, thank you, all that love. Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love.
Yeah, that was like as long as you know what I know what to go. Yeah, this is a diabolical man. Even when Don Richard took the stand, you know, Don, she used to be a part of that group, Danny Kane. She took the stand and she talked about what she witnessed when it comes to Diddy and Cassie and how Diddy literally like got so mad at Cassie that she didn't have the food in time and attacked her, knocked her over with a skillet because he's like, you just can't have the eggs on time. And then gonna tell people, you know, don't talk about what you saw. That was just passion. Yeah, Diddy was a diabolical man. He's a very diabolical man. But one question that me and my friend, a lot of people have been asking, do you think he's gonna get off? If you ask me, unfortunately, I think they're gonna find a way to get this man off because I think they're gonna try to dress this up like, yes, what he did was crazy. Yes, what he did was insane. Yes, what he did was some freaked out, diabolical stuff, but it's not illegal. These are consenting adults. That's the picture they're gonna try to paint that as. I don't think that's the picture, but that's the picture the defense is gonna try to make that's it. And when you got a jury of 8 men, 4 women, yeah, he's gonna get off. Even when they said something in the jury, when they started reading off some of the stuff that Cassie was saying, because she was talking to somebody who she thought had freak off videos of her. She was threatening somebody saying, I will unalive you, you better not release these videos. And she said the jury just started raising their eyebrow like, oh, she not like this little innocent girl we thought she was. Yeah, they're gonna try to get Diddy off. Don't be surprised if that man get off. I believe he is. It's unfortunate though, because Diddy has done a lot of wrongdoing. Like Diddy has done a lot. But the trial is still going on and there's still more evidence that needs to be pointed out. Matter of fact, they did a list of the people who Diddy and Cassie was freaking off with. Look at these people. Okay, I know we dealing with a serious topic, but can I just say something real quick? So you can hear me. And I'm not, this is just a kiki. Don't take this part serious, it's just a kiki, right? But you see them, right? When I would think of like a freak off or like a Diddy freak off or like the most like intimate sexual things they doing, I would think like you would get like some harder, you know what I'm saying? I would think you would get like some harder stepper. Is it? Y'all look at that, what you mean tell me? Shoot, someone like me could have popped up there. I'm thinking y'all got like the baddest, hardest steppers from Brazil. You got the sexiest people from Canada. You got like the, He's BBC in Costco. I guess. But like I said, I'll keep y'all updated on this case. They thought Aubrey O'Day was gonna testify, but she didn't, that she's interested. And then you saw how they lied on Nicki Minaj. It was a fake report going around talking about how Cassie said in court that she confided in Nicki Minaj about leaving, and Nicki Minaj told her, no, just stay. That report, it was turned out to be a lie.
Social media, I guess, works these days. People just did a pure fake. Initially, it was saying that Inner City Press had reported somehow that Nicki Minaj had told Cassie to stay with Sean Combs. That's totally false. Her name, it only came, that was false.
It turned out to be a lie, and I said, now if Nicki Minaj would have went on Queen Radio and went off on y'all would have said she was wrong, but y'all just gonna lie on that girl. See, that's what I be talking about. Anyways, child, that's enough about Diddy and them. So who wants to talk about Chris Brown? So Chris Brown, okay, as we know, Chris Brown is arrested. Chris Brown just got arrested, and you know, a lot of people are saying that Roc Nation making the Stallion voodoo go crazy because Chris Brown had just been arrested for an incident that happened in 2023. Yeah, 2023, Suzanne, was 2023? Okay. Incident in 2023 where he attacked a man and hit a bottle over his head. And apparently he went on the run, right? Now, right before that, he had posted something about free Tory. Now, allegedly there is new evidence, there are new stuff coming out with this Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion situation. We're gonna talk about that. We're talking about Chris Brown right now. But Chris Brown stated free Tory. And it just so happened right after he stated free Tory, he got locked up. And then he was denied bail just not too long ago, so he's not gonna be able to make it to that little first show. Oh, Chris Brown, I hate it for you. Because I know a lot of people that got Tik, but this is my thing, right? This is my thing. So, Chris Brown has said free Tory. When he said free Tory, I didn't think nothing of it. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know the men in the industry, they like Tory Lanez. They've been friends with him. And this is not the first time Chris Brown has stated, you know, his defense or support of Tory Lanez. He even sent money to Tory Lanez's book. So I didn't think nothing of it. But the amount of people who I saw when Chris Brown said that, I'm selling my ticket. I'm getting rid of my ticket. How dare Chris Brown? My thing is this, if you don't shut your performative ass up, because if you really, who did you think you was buying tickets for? Chris Brown, Christopher Brown, Chris Christopher Problematic Brown, who has done X, Y, and Z over the years. If you really stood on your morals like you said you did, you wouldn't have bought a ticket to begin with. You wouldn't have bought a ticket to begin with. But you mean to tell me, free Tory, that's the straw that broke the camel back. Out of all the things Chris Brown has done, free Tory, that's the thing. Girl, shut up. You're just looking for attention. You bought that ticket for a reason because you want to go see that glorified crackhead on stage. Shut up. Go to that man's show. That man is free. Go to that man's show. You is not selling no ticket. Just like, what? People just want to be talking. People just want to be seen. But like I said, a lot of these men in the industry, they are coming into support of Tory Lanez. You know, not only did Chris Brown put free Tory, Drake put free Tory, and then Jason Lee, he came forward and said like he has video evidence, or he has something, a text message between Tory where he said he took the rap for Kelsey.
I said, how are you? How you been? He said, incredible, in very high spirits and preparing to physically come home this year. I said, when? I need to come in there and get an interview, LOL. He said, I can't say exact days, but I know I'll be home this year. I said, how long you been gone? I'm so confused by your case. He said, actually, I have a crazy plan when I get back that I think you should know and be a part of because I'm only going to do one interview. He said, it's honestly a bunch of suppressed evidence that was kept away from me during trial. I said, Wack told me that, but didn't say what. He said, like, through trial, they keep saying it was inconclusive on gun DNA, but I always knew I never touched it. And so I asked my lawyer to retest it. And sure enough, I was 102% excluded completely from everything, just like I said. I said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Doing time for something you ain't do. He said, I took the rap for Kelsey, never wanted her to go to jail, and I never wanted Megan to get hurt or anything. So in me stopping her from getting shot, I got the raw deal. Crazy how life works. And to think they made me the poster boy for the unprotection of black women, when in all honesty, I protected 2 black women, one from getting shot and one from going to jail. Never said nothing in 8 to 10 years for them to live. It's a crazy, crazy place we live in.
My thing is this, why now? Like, why is all this stuff coming out now? Like, why now? Why didn't y'all fight for it when this man was going through it in court? If he innocent, like, why not? And then, just today, yeah, from Anna Paulina Luna, she said evidence proving Tory Lanez's innocence will be released within the next 36 hours. She said those who rush to call for his incarceration, push false evidence, should prepare to be held accountable. Child, listen, this Megan, Tory, Kelsey situation is back into the atmosphere. You know, people are bringing it back up because, like I stated earlier, they're claiming that they got new evidence of Tory Lanez's innocence. And then they also, Megan Thee Stallion, yeah, Miss Megan, she got mad yesterday and she went on TikTok and she was like, y'all need to leave me alone. How long do y'all have to keep letting me rehash what happened to me? She stated, at what point are y'all gonna stop making me have to relive being by Tory? At what point are Tory and y'all fans gonna stop lying? Like, how much is the check to keep harassing me? Why is this happening every day? 1 minute him says y'all said I was never shot. Now y'all let him play in your face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him, okay? I'm sick of this shit. Leave me alone. He ain't dagging on that standing tonight. He shot me, and that was his choice because he knows he did that shit. I don't give a fuck about any blog or bomb. Why would it be me? Megan Thee Stallion that had to lie on this motherfucker about shooting me. How y'all mad at the person that got shot? Fact or fact, he did it. It was proven in the court. The hate campaign on the internet. Tory, you shot me. Ain't no new fucking evidence. Y'all been saying the same shit for years. Tory, please leave me the fuck alone, you fucking demon. I hate you, Jody. I'm off this silly ass internet. Bye. That's in my mind how she said it when she was typing to give me my Oscar. Now here's the thing. Hi, Miss Stallion. Hi, Mr. Lane. Hi, Kelsey Harris. Can I be brutally honest with y'all? The reason why there still seeds of reasonable doubt within the atmosphere is because you, Megan, you, Tory, you, Kelsey, all 3 of you guys are liars. All 3 of you guys have been lying from the jump. All 3 of you guys have, I don't know who body y'all hid that night, but you guys have been talking in circles trying to cover up what really happened that night when it's something that getting the buttermilk clean, and it ain't been getting the buttermilk clean for the past 5 years. Don't let people keep gaslighting y'all, making y'all feel bad because y'all do have some valid questions. Of the pool that just say you victim blaming, just say you hate black women. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. The truth is something happened that night that they don't want out. And they keep talking in circles, hoping it go away, but it's not going away because the truth is still in. What's done in dark is always gonna come out. I did a TikTok on this last night. Let's play the TikTok I did last night. When it comes to Megan Thee Stallion, Cassie, and Tory Lanez, all three of them are liars. And that's why the general public still have questions. And y'all are not finna keep gaslighting us and making us feel bad because we still have questions about what happened. Megan Thee Stallion recently made a post saying, how long are y'all gonna keep making me relive this? It was proven in court, Tory and Lanez, leave me alone. And that she feels some type of way about all of this. My thing is this, the whole situation was built off a lie by all three parties. None of the three of them have actually been consistent about what actually took down or happened that night. Megan started off lying by saying that she was shot in both of her feet. That was a lie. It was 1 foot, but I give you that. Tensions is hot, you scared. I understand. But you have to give the situation aside when the person they're saying that did it, the powder is not to be found on him. And the DNA came back inconclusive. But the DNA who it did come back confirmed to, Miss Harris, yeah, she been playing in the court faces asking for immunity off rip. But the report said that Tory said dance bitch before firing the shot, but that might not have been the case either. Then we have to get into the reports that there was a fight between two females that night. The two individuals state they did not fight, even though it is fingernails and evidence at the scene. And everybody says the same thing. Well, Tory's not in jail for shooting her. He's in jail for violating probation. I get that. I understand that completely. But then it brings us back to square one. If it wasn't him, then who did it? And if Tory didn't do it and he know he didn't do it, why is you playing with these people's stand? Why is you playing with the lie and you know you're a felon? It's all these questions. And don't get me started about lying about the fact that there was a sexual relationship between Tory Lanez and Megan. Y'all might be like, that's not a big deal. That is very brutal information because it paints more of a picture of what was going on behind the scenes. If I'm the law, it's not to get in your business, but it's just a lover's scorn. Is he a jealous ex? I just feel like you could lie about something like that we already knew and just lie so easily about it, you're capable of lying. You're not finna make me feel crazy or pull that, oh, just say you hate black women cop out, when these are valid questions that needs to be asked. But she is right when she stated that was a traumatic night for everybody involved. I believe that. I just think it was traumatic for other reasons. All three of them are liars. And if you ask me, it was one big sexual fling orgy gone wrong. I feel like I covered everything in that video to the T. And here's the thing, I thought I was gonna get dragged and ate up on TikTok because, you know, whenever I talk about Megan or whatever, you know, they be mad. But the thing is, it was a general consensus. They was like, yup, what you said. Even people who are Megan fans, they like, look, I like Megan Thee Stallion, but it's getting to a point, what happened? Like I stated in that video, those are valid questions that needs to be asked. You guys said Tory do it. Okay, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care for any three of them. So if y'all say he do it, cool, okay? At one point you're saying he do it and he told Megan dance B before firing off the shot, but then the GPR, the powder residue, is not coming back on Tory. It's coming back on Cassie, but Cassie's the one who ran to the courtroom asking for immunity, and the results come back inconclusive on Tory, coming back positive for Cassie. Both parties deny a fight happened that night, even though it's broken fingernails and stuff on the ground. We need to know what was the argument that was in that car leading up to things. When I tell you, that's gonna paint the picture and let you know everything that happened. Because if you ask me, like I said in that video, it was one big orgy, lovers fling gone left. They all was sleeping together. They all was being nasty. They all was being fast. Somebody was being fake. Somebody was being phony, which led to them being in the car arguing. A fight happened. Shots went off. But that's what I feel like it was. And that's why I feel like when she went on that Gayle King show, she was caught off guard when they asked her was she sleeping with Tory. Because had she admit she was sleeping with Tory, it was gonna paint the picture of, yes, you was either sleeping with your friend's man or y'all was sleeping together or all three of y'all was sleeping, and that didn't go with her image. People talking about, so she told the truth on the stand. Yeah, when her back is against the wall. She ain't had no choice because the evidence was coming out that you was sleeping with this man. So you might as well go and be honest with that. And for everybody talking about, so, well, I would have lied too. Well, then that's your proving that that girl is a liar. Like, it does not make sense. And then they're talking about, so, well, we know Tory is not in jail for shooting men. He's in jail for being around an unregistered rapper. So that leads us back to the question. Who did it? What happened? We're still left with more questions than answers, and it's draining. It's tiring, and I can't fault nobody for being like they're sick of it. They're annoyed. They're agitated with this. And y'all got the same questions I got. Y'all got the same questions I got. I just was bold enough to say it, but we all thinking the same thing. What happened this night? And y'all not finna keep making me feel crazy because I have these questions. I feel like they're very valid, but clap if you agree. In the comment section, clap if you agree. Let's talk about something lighter. Let's talk about the kids, okay? Let's talk about the kids. Will you guys be viewing the Kids' Choice Awards this year? Yeah? Yeah, I don't feel, I don't feel. Because this year the Kids' Choice Awards is Tyler. No hesitation. Yeah, she hosting the Kids' Choice Awards. They gave us the link to go vote. You may be like, Malik, did you really go vote for the Kids' Choice Awards? I sure did. I don't care if I am a 27-year-old grown man. It's the Kids' Choice Awards. I bought it. I went to see my people win. And I'm glad that they're still doing this. In this day and age with these kids watching baddies and stuff, let y'all kids watch the Kids' Choice Award. See what Tyler doing. See what look she gonna come with. And hopefully she don't be doing all that nice nasty. The Tyler, if you go to the Kids' Choice Award, they know they're going to slime you. Okay, don't start that. You're gonna get slimed. If you get that Kids Choice Award, I'm gonna need you to start doing some reps and stuff like that now, because you're gonna have to hold that award. You're not gonna throw your award off the alley now. You're gonna have to hold that Kids Choice Award. But, you know, like I always stated, I like Tyler. I like her little nice nastiness. I like her little... Okay, I like Tyler. And I think her music is kind of cute. I wasn't a big fan of Water because it was played everywhere, but Art, you put that on right now. Yeah. I want to be your AIT. I want to be your art. Yeah. So let y'all kids watch the Kids Choice Awards. It's coming out in June. They can stop rotting their brains and watching baddies for a day. Let them be kids. Speaking of the kids, one thing I noticed with the kids, they love the streamer stuff. You know, I can't get into the streamer stuff. Someone asks, you know, Malik, would you ever go on Twitch? Would you ever do Twitch? As of now, no, because I just don't know how it works. You know, I be seeing them, all the numbers going, they be talking about the chat. It just be a whole bunch of screaming, a whole bunch of yelling, walking through the house be looking dirty. It's just not my MO. But I can see how the kids really love the streamer lifestyle. So much so that Cassinet, yeah, you guys like Kai Cenat? Yeah, shout out to Kai. Kai Cenat is doing this thing called a Streamers University. You know what the Streamer University was? When I first heard it, I thought that he was taking in a batch of mentees. I thought he was taking in some people to show them the ropes, show them how to do the stream and stuff, and, you know, showing them like a real like A to Z course and stuff like that. So I thought, oh, okay, I thought that was cool. And then when I saw the backlash from it, I was like, oh, these kids really want to be the streamers. Like, they was like, oh, he already had his people picked. You mean to tell me all these millions of people audition and they didn't get picked for Streamer University and you already submitted who you wanted? The next day, ain't no way you went through all these people. I was like, oh, these kids really want it. Come to find out, it's not like a big university. I think it's just a weekend of filming at a university.
How do I explain it? Y'all are not going to the university to learn like how to be a streamer. That's not what I'm going for. I'm renting out a university to invite content creators, size big or small, to all live on the campus where there's cool ass content going on the whole entire time. Whether you want to skip a class with Mark Rober doing science, or you want to skip financial aid with Mr. Beast. We're gonna see, we're gonna try to make it happen, but it'll be one weekend. There will be a link to enroll. Some people may be denied, some people may be accepted.
Oh yeah, that's what maybe y'all can do that, y'all. So y'all didn't know Cassinet. I'm thinking it's like a real big like thing. I'm like, this is just a little weekend thing. But you know, it's the kids. I guess I can understand. This is, you know, this is the favorite. This is what they want to do. The kids want to see. But let me put you on game. You don't need like a big streamer or someone to show you the ropes. I remember DDG tried to do something like that back in the day. Oh, subscribe to my OnlyFans. I can show you guys how to work. You can't. It just don't work like that. You know, I tell people all the time. You can have everything. You can have the best ring light. You can have the best camera. You can have the best backtrack. You can have it all. If you just don't have it, I'm sorry, you just don't have it. If you don't know how to have a personality, if you don't know how to just be quirky, if you don't know how to just be funny or just be your natural, authentic self, it's just gonna be the next copy and paste person in a world where everybody wants to be a content creator. What makes you stand out? What is your why? Like, you know, I'm a marketing major. If I took my marketing class, the main thing we learned, what is the why? Why do people want to invest in you? Why do people want to see you, okay? Everybody's doing baddies recaps. What makes you so special to make me want to look at your channel? You have to ask yourself that. You have to find that. If you can't figure out anything to distinguish you from anybody else, you'll be doing the same stuff just like everybody else. Just same person doing get ready with me online, yelling, and doing the most to be seen. Yeah, but shout out to Cassinet. I don't follow all of them stream. I think the only people I know is like Cassinet and I Show Speed. I don't know much about them, but I would say for what they do in their life, it seems like they doing their big one. So, you know. All right, we gotta get into some crazier news, right? We gotta get into some crazy news. We have to talk about Skai Jackson, and we have to talk about how Skai Jackson has reportedly filed for a restraining order against her baby daddy. Child. Like I always say to my young people, let these people be the example what not to do. But Skai Jackson, according to TMZ, her baby daddy Yerky Yerk tried to attack her on Mother's Day and wanted her to drink bleach while pregnant. Skai Jackson, she procreated with the man who she met in jail, who already had previous kids, was in jail, got out of jail, taking care of this man that was in jail. She procreated with this man, and it's just been HE hockey stick on earth ever since then. Skai Jackson says the father of her baby is terrorizing her. It has been for more than a year, but an alleged Mother's Day assault was the last straw for her. Claims that DeAndre Bergen attacked her early this month as she was holding their baby boy, 3-month-old Kasai, on Mother's Day. According to the docs, DeAndre grabbed Skai by her hair, slammed her head against a car window, and punched her in the face. But Skai claimed this type of violence is nothing new. In the new doc, she described a 6-month period in 2024 where he would abuse her on a weekly basis. A graphic detail, but her and scratching her and slamming her head into a wall. She alleges Bergen also damaged a bunch of personal property like an iPhone and a television. While she was pregnant, Skai claimed Bergen demanded she drink bleach to unalive the unborn child and held her at knife point as he walked her to the car and threatened to her in the stomach if she yelled. On another occasion last summer, she alleged Bergen punched through a bathroom door. She had locked herself in and slammed her against the wall and choked her until she could not breathe. Skai says she has video backing up that report. And says the domestic violence temporary restraining order was granted and the next court hearing is scheduled for June 9th in downtown Los Angeles. Look, I'm gonna keep this part short and brief. Although I hate what's going on with Skai Jackson, I hate that she has to go through this, especially with the stress, probably postpartum, a newborn baby. I hate she has to put this stress upon her, but let this be a learning lesson for all parties, boy, girl, whoever. When the red flags are there, you have to pay attention and you have to take heed to the red signs. When the warning signs are getting bigger and bigger and knocking at your door, you have to look at them because that can help you avoid lifelong stress. Skai Jackson is dealing with a man that's gonna be in her life for 18 years when he was just supposed to be in her life for 18 minutes. When he, not even her life at all, but you know, of course, you know, you wanna have your phone, they were just supposed to be a little quicker than booted. But she done rescued this man out of prison. She done started trying to be there for him, you know, thinking she the Disney girl and it's gonna be different, and it turned out it wasn't. You have to start looking at these warning signs. Look at Hailey, Kiki, Kalani, Skai. Let these be the example of what not to do. You gotta stop procreating with people that you're not equally yoked with because it's just gonna be a waste of time. For some of these women, these are not men that's on y'all level. These are not men that's meant to be in y'all life. They're bums compared to y'all. There's no need to keep this trend of having a baby and the baby don't even be what? A year and y'all are breaking up, fighting for custody, battling. Y'all could say that and just wrapped it up. Because once a baby get here, that's all that matters. You gotta do what's best for that child. This child didn't ask to be here, but you just gotta start being smart. Start being smart. Well, you guys, that is all that I had today for our Hot Topics episode. I like doing this, and I think you guys should expect more Hot Topics going forward. I like this format, and it seems like y'all liked it too. So y'all think about my opinions, my somewhat unpopular opinion. I know some of y'all probably a little mad, but you know, that's what the comment section is for. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.